This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Häagen-Dazs Duo Vanilla, Hazelnut and Caramel Crunch Ice Cream. I bought this the other day at my local Globus for €3.99 on sale. Yes, I cannot refuse such an offer. Apparently it is new. Yeah, I've never seen it on the shelves before either. And today we're going to take a very close look at this together. Pause if you want to read, well, let's start with the nutrition table. Pause if you want to read that right here. Pause if you want to read the ingredients list. Pause here and pause here for them in French and Dutch, and pause here if you want to read it in German. So we've got vanilla and caramel ice cream that is ice cream with swirls of salted caramel sauce, chocolate pieces and roasted hazelnut pieces. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see how it is. 346 grams, equaling 420 milliliters of ice creamy goodness. I think I've never had any of these duo ice creams before, so this is gonna be a first one for me. I don't even know how they are like distributed in there. Let's check this out together, I guess. So at the top right here, when we look at it like this, so it seems like we have got some sort of vertical dissection, something on the left, something on the right. On the left, some one could say like stracciatella sort of stuff, and on the right we've got like ice cream with caramel thingies. 6% of 4% of chocolate pieces, caramel sauce 6%, okay, hazelnut pieces 3%, maybe they are in there somewhere. Looks good though. So how do I need to cut this to get both of these sides equally? I have to cut it like this at the H of Häagen-Dazs, right? Yeah, round about there. Okay, let's get the cutting board and slice through this. Now here's a bit of ice. There's always a lot of ice on these ice cream pints at my local Globus on the freezing shelves. I do not know why. They are like the only shop that gets their cooling, their freezing so consistently wrong. Don't know that from any other store, which is a certain quality that I hope does not make its way into other shops as well. Although I do like Globus for the most part. Okay, here we go. Sliced in half. Now, oh no, it's melting quite quickly. That's a bit more of a mess than I thought that would be. So we've got not the distribution that I expected. I thought I would be half and half with each of these halves, but it seems like we've got here hazelnut pieces, chocolate pieces on the right, and here on the left. So on one side, I'm going to have just a very thin stream of ice cream right there. That's interesting. And we've got the little fly. I can't get rid of this. I brought this in the hallway the other day, and now it's back here. It's always that same one. It's always one. It just likes me. I don't know. It always comes around in the evening as well. It's weird. It's not as disgusting as it sounds, but it likes ice cream, maybe. I don't know. So I guess I get one of these halves into the freezer and I'll be back with you in just a second. Alright, I'm back at the desk. Let's take a closer look at this. So we've got a lot of melting ice cream, a lot of liquid form ice cream with caramel sauce. Looks alright, smells alright. Let's go for... Okay, it's becoming a mess already. Let's go for a taste test right away. There is a very rich toffee flavour in here, that's for sure. Very creamy ice cream, and the flavour of caramel mixed with that cream is brilliant. I don't have anything else to say about it. It's just, it tastes like it, I think, should. It almost tastes like it is straight out of a fantasy, but has become reality now. It's quite interesting. Yeah, so with the second spoonful as well, same story here. Yeah, let's go for another one. It tastes really, really good. Like a rich, creamy toffee flavour. Brilliant. Okay, let's go for the other side right here, which doesn't seem to melt as quickly, which is good. So, on first glance, it does look like a regular stracciatella ice cream right here, but we do have at the tip of the spoon right there, you can see all of these little hazelnut pieces that are sprinkled in here all over the place. Let's see what it's like. Scent-wise, it smells like regular decent milk ice cream. Flavor-wise, you do have a decent flavor of these chocolate pieces. They do give a nice crunch to this ice cream mass. Something that is unusual are of course those hazelnut pieces that are in here as well, and they give you a very distinct hazelnut piece crunch as well. Sort of that soft crunch that you have of these ground little hazelnut pieces. Flavor-wise, it really tastes exactly what you think it would taste of. You've got ice cream, then you've got those chocolate pieces, and the flavor of these roasted hazelnut pieces is just as you would expect it to be. Nothing surprising about that. It's just surprising that it tastes so unsurprisingly good. Yeah, the second spoonful as well. I don't know what to say. It tastes exactly as advertised, I would say. That's the only thing I can think about at the moment. I'm really blown away by the caramel ice cream here, though. That ice cream with the caramel swirl in there, those pieces, tastes absolutely fantastic. It's like a dream come true. The only thing I really can complain about is that it's not entirely that particular flavor. Like, the rest tastes good. It tastes like it should. There is nothing bad that I can say about the individual quality of that other half of the ice cream, but that stuff here on the left, I wish the entire thing was like that. I think this is already it when it comes to flavors, right? So we have the caramel stuff on the left here, and the rest of the ice cream is just vanilla ice cream with chocolate pieces and roasted hazelnut pieces. Overall, yeah, quite good. I think I'm going to finish this off now, and I'll be back with you in just a second. Now, contrary to my usual modus operandi, I'm going to consume the other half of the ice cream as well. Unfortunately though, the part where there is only that toffee flavored ice cream is as small as it was on the other side as well. I was hoping that there was going to be more of that in here, but unfortunately there isn't. The consumption process is complete, and we are ready to jump into the rating with the review sheet in just a second, because while I was eating the second half of this particular pint, I was doing some research on the insect that we have seen previously together, and it might just happen to be a member of the family of the Cyriidae, and that's a family of insects that is really distributed all over the world. There are about 600 species in Europe alone, and they are very common in flower pot soil, and that's also a method of distribution that we as humans do for them. So I only ever noticed these little fellas about half a year ago, 3/4 of a year ago, whenever I changed out the soil in my little avocado tree, and ever since I had happy little members of that particular family of insects here. Very few, but intermittently they would come around and say hi, which is interesting. I guess for most people this is quite disgusting to talk about insects when talking about ice cream in the same video, but I'm quite happy to see these little fellas, like insects that aren't actually bad. There are insects that are bad, like wasps. They're not really bad, but I don't like them. There's a wasp's nest right above the drywall in my room, and I think last year or the year before that I actually got stung by one of them while I was in bed, which wasn't really all that fun, and it hurt, and it was really weird when you're essentially half asleep and suddenly you feel something stinging in your arm, and yeah, there's a wasp hanging from your arm with this little sting inside of you. Ugh, disgusting. But that is not the only fun story I do have about wasps. One time I was out in the backyard watching the bees and the bumblebees go through all the flowers, having a good time, buzzing around, and suddenly I saw a wasp actually attacking a bee mid-flight. It was just catching it, and you know, they both fell to the ground, and when they were down on the floor, the wasp actually gnawed off the bee's head, which was a bit disturbing. And then when the head was off, it was just moving on its own on the ground. It was very, very weird to look at. Yeah, just wasps are just dickheads of the air, and really insects that I don't really like all too much. Anyway, I think this is it for insect talk, and we are coming back to the ice cream for once. Yeah, let's zoom in on that. First impression of the Häagen-Dazs ice cream. Oh yeah, Häagen-Dazs, that's what the ice cream was, right? First impression was good. Don't have anything to complain about. Color-wise here, same story. Smelled good, looked good, nothing to complain about. Consistency and texture-wise, 2 out of 2, because the ice cream itself was fantastically smooth. Very creamy. It did melt very quickly as well, which is unfortunate, but when you eat it like in its pint form, that's not as much of an issue. I guess most people don't cut their ice cream pints in half and eat them half by half. That's a weird way of eating that sort of stuff, I would assume. The crunchiness overall was not necessarily the crunchiness I expected, but when you look at it all by itself, it was fine. The little chocolate pieces were crunchy enough, and so were the little hazelnut pieces. Overall, very decent consistency and texture-wise, an absolute dream. Taste-wise, same story here. I don't have anything to complain about. The individual flavors were fantastic. The ice cream with that caramel sauce in there, it tasted very much like a God-given toffee ice cream, something that I've never really tasted before just like this, and there is actually nothing about it that I would do different. It's pretty much perfect. Most of the ice cream was something else though, which is a bit unfortunate. I thought there would be really half and half, you know, that's what I would expect from something called duo. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Still very decent components that we've got on that side. On the other side, we do have that vanilla ice cream with those hazelnut pieces and these chocolate pieces, and that tasted very decent as well. Also, I don't have anything to complain about that. Therefore, 5 out of 5 available points. Theme realization wise, only half out of 1 available point. It says it's a duo, vanilla hazelnut and caramel crunch. I've got to say that caramel crunch is something that I would define very differently from what we had here. Caramel crunch, I would think of something that is actually crunchy and is caramel. You know, this right here was the only thing that was crunchy, was those little chocolate pieces and those hazelnut pieces, which have that soft crunch. Caramel-wise, there isn't really too much crunch at all. Therefore, in the theme realization department, only half out of 1 available point. The final rating is therefore 9.5 out of 10 available points, and something I have to say is that I would definitely recommend to check out this particular ice cream, because I have really enjoyed it. Flavor-wise, this is close to perfect. I personally would have changed out like those hazelnut pieces with roasted almond pieces. That's more my speed, but I guess this is just personal preference. Overall, this particular ice cream seems to be a very decent one, and I would definitely recommend checking this out. If you've got a question or a video suggestion, leave in the comment section down below, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you soon. Until then, bye bye.